we are here with week 6 of the Beastball Draft League versus Ted with the Paldean Conquest. Apologies, this video is getting out a little late and everything, just life. Anyways, we, the Jellicent Jams, just to go over again, have our team of Chanpao, Arcanine Hisui, Dragonite, Sylveon, Corviknight, Gastrodon, Blade, Hisuian, Electrode, and Berserker, versus Ted's team of Fluttermane, Chi-Yu, Rillaboom, Gyarados, Orthworm, Sandy Shocks, Haxorus, Klefki, Paldean, Tauros, and Frostmoth. I love my boy Frostmoth, shout out to that. As you can see here, he doesn't have the Rillaboom. He's going with the Gyarados, Fluttermane, Chi-Yu, Klefki, Paldean, Tauros, and Sandy Shocks. So really, the Paldean Tauros over the Rillaboom was the only thing I wasn't expecting. So I'm just looking here how I want to go with this lead and everything. Yeah, sorry, no team preview for this week or next week because these are already going to be a little bit of longer videos. But I'll just explain the team as we go throughout. Little boy's your standard covert cloak for the fake out from Rillaboom, but he doesn't have the Rillaboom, so don't need the covert cloak, but just Thunderbolt, Chloroblast, Thunderwave, and Taunt. I want to lead with Dragonite here to be doing some offensive damage. My Arcanine doesn't have extreme speed this week. It's actually the Dragonite is the Terra Normal extreme speeder. I also know that Rillaboom and Gyarados have been putting in a lot of work in these past weeks and everything, so it's kind of what I've got Ice Spinner and Thunder Punch on Dragonite to deal with Rillaboom and Gyarados accordingly in case he wants to lead either of those. And then yeah, I was just going to bring Chanpao and Dragonite with Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, Wild Charge, and Psychic Fangs as the cleanup. So here we go versus the Paldean Conquest. I believe this was the battle for first place, if I'm correct and everything. Anyways, he leads Gyarados, Klefki versus my Hisuian, Electrode, and Dragonite. So obviously the double electric moves, and this is where I reveal I'm not multi-scale but inner focus, Electrode is special so that doesn't matter, and everything. So the double thunder moves definitely threaten the Gyarados, and I know he's just not going to let me get a thunder move off on this first turn, so I just double up on the Klefki here with the taunt to stop it from setting up screens, and I think I go for a Stomping Tantrum. Yes, just again, because there's no way he lets me get off an electric move, which is correct, but he just goes for Protect, no switching, no Terra, no anything, he's just scouting what you want to do. And I guess the Reflect up. Yep, Reflect is great into my very physical team. So I get the taunt off, and this reveals he is not Mental Herb, so he's most likely Life Play here for these screens just to stay up forever. And Stomping Tantrum, Life Orb Stomping Tantrum does a good amount into the Jingle Bells. So now I'm debating what I want to go for here. And I think now might be time to knock out the Gyarados if he lets me get it up. Because again, what this switches in was Sandy Shocks. That could be the only thing to switch in. But he doesn't switch that in. He just lets me get the Thunderbolt off right into the Gyarados, seeing as I didn't go for it last turn. So that takes out the Gyarados, and oh yes, I had Thunderbolt and Ice Spinner just to cover for the Sandy Shock switch-in, so that's why that ends up going there. And the Foul Play does a good amount of damage to Dragonite here, which makes sense with just how physically offensive I am. Foul Play is a great call on the Klefki here. So already starting up this game 1-0, or with the 1 kill. And out comes Smug, the shiny Fluttermane. I love that color combination, the green with the yellow tips. I guess golden tips, but anyways, yeah, so obviously the scariest part about Ted's team, arguably why I think it's doing so well, is the Fluttermane Chi-Yu combo. So out here is the Fluttermane and everything, so I'm expecting a Moonblast into my Dragonite, especially seeing that it's not A, multi-scale, and B, not AV, as I've revealed the Life Orb and the Inner Focus. And I think, yeah, my first thing is I just want to get some speed control down on this. So I go for the Thunder Wave. Unfortunately, it misses. out comes the Moonblast into the Hisuian Electrode, which, thanks to them specially defensive EVs, we take that on 2 HP. Actually, they're really more HP EVs and everything in the Hisuian Electrode. And the Stomping Tantrum takes out the Klefki. So that's nice, knowing that 2 Stomping Tantrums take out the Klefki even with Reflect Up. And the Life Orb does not knock me out yet, so out comes Bolts and Screws, the shiny Sandy Shocks. And here's where it reveals the Photosynthesis. So now I'm thinking that this Fluttermane is probably Choice Specs. If it's not, it's Focus Sash, since the Booster Energy was revealed there. And again, just another great shiny on the Sandy Shocks and everything. So I know Gastrodyne's going down here, so I just want to get a little bit of chip damage off. Hindsight, maybe not the best move, because I guess it doesn't matter. Electrode and Dragon both going down the surface, they were so low and everything. And we'll come to learn in this series how much of a threat speed boosting Sandy Shocks is. Yeah. And again, it goes for the Moonblast again, kind of starting to lead into my confirmation that it is choice locked. So now he picks up those 2 KOs, so now we're down to 2v2. Or so I bring in my Qianpao and Hisuian Arcanine. Neither of us have Terra yet, so that is a possibility on both sides. And this Hisuian Arcanine, you can see here, this was designed for the Fluttermane Chi combination. That's why it's the Assault Vest and everything. Just the Rock Slide would obviously take out a Chi-Yu unless it Terras, and Flare Blitz would do massive amount of damage to the Fluttermane again, except for the Terra. Wild Charge was for Gyarados in case I see any Terra Waters coming out. And then Psychic Fangs was to break the Klefki screens. So out comes a Terra here from Ted, revealing the Terra Water onto the Sandy Shocks again. So a good thing I've got the Wild Charge here. And again, yeah, Terra Water is great because it now resists the Ice type moves that would otherwise be super aggressive to back out from Qianpao. Again, I reveal the Terra Grass here because I'm Flash Fire this week. I'm not Intimidate, as you saw, and I'm not Rockhead. So I'm kind of done with the Rockhead and Head Smash after just missing too many games and losing to it. But I figured with Flash Fire, his Chi that takes out half of Chi-Yu's stabs. So again, the Moonblast coming out into the protected Qianpao. Psychic Fangs, A, just to break a sash, and B, get this Reflect off. And I believe he doubled up into my Qianpao, so that was a really valuable protect coming out of there and everything. Since now I just go, a Sucker Punch should definitely be able to knock out the Fluttermane here. And I reveal the Wild Charge into the Terra Water Sandy Shocks. Again, so yeah, Sucker Punch takes out Fluttermane, and yes, here comes the Flash Cannon, revealing this does reveal the Focus Sash, a critical hit too, but again, intact Focus Sash, so crit really did not matter. I think I've brought Qianpao all my weeks and everything, and I've been Focus Sash every single week. Yeah, spoilers, I've already had my 8 matches for the season, so I'm getting all the recordings done today. And yeah, with the Wild Charge off, I take game 1 2-0, and I'm like, nice. It's a good start and everything. However, I know Ted is a very good player. He's obviously, at the time, since this was match 6, and I think he had yet to play a match, he was 3-1 versus my record of... Was I 3-1 also? Let's see. 1... Or I think I was 4-1 because I had played my week 5 match, yes. But, yeah, I knew Ted is a very good player. I've heard lots of good things about him and everything, so I knew just because I won game 1, that means this set was not over. And so I'm thinking about if I want to adjust, how I want to adjust everything. The Gastrodon set is a just a standard leftovers, Earth Power, Icy Land, Yawn, Protect, full special defense. Well, it's 252 special defense, 116 defense, 116 HP and 140 defense. Because I believe Terrifier, because I believe I needed the 140 defense or something. I can't remember. It wasn't the Rillaboom, but I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was no, because you can't use Grassy Glide. This is Regulation D. So I'm thinking, yeah, I just want to switch it up here a little bit and everything. Bring up lead, expecting not the Gyarados lead, but maybe a Fluttermane Chi-Yu lead or something more from the Sandy Shocks. So I recognize how much of a threat the Sandy Shocks was, so that's why I want the Gastrodon coming, because I just need a better answer into the Sandy Shocks. And as well, it just helps versus the Gyarados versus well, it should supposedly help versus the Chi-Yu. Spoilers, we'll see that in a little bit. Yeah, and then I have a Qianpao in the back, a Gastrodon in the back to be able to take switch-ins. Because also I want to bait like an Earth Power from the Sandy Shocks on the Arcanine, so I can switch out into Gastrodon. But yeah, and then still start off with Hisuian Electrode as my lead. I love this thing as a lead and everything. It's definitely, again, I've said it before, I think one of the best C tier pickups in the lead. So out comes Roasted and Jingle Bells, the Klefki and regular Paldean Tauros versus my Hisuian Electrode and Arcanine. So first game he led with the Gyarados, second game he led with the Tauros, and so now this is 2 games in a row he's led double Intimidate, so just remembering that for later. So same thing, I want to get another taunt off kind of deal. And since I'm going to break the and since I'm going to taunt the Klefki, I figure I can just stay in and just break the Terra now. However, I don't want to be taking a super effective fighting type move, which is why I hit Terra Grass. And just looking at the rest of my team and everything, yeah, Gastrodon's Terrifier, but there's no Rillaboom. Hisuian Electrode's Terrifier, can't imagine I'll be needing it. And Qianpao was actually Terra Dark. I think I just forgot to give it a Terra, I'm going to be completely honest. I probably would have made it something else, like maybe Terra Water, but yeah, I saw it as Terra Dark. So, Psychic Fangs come out, even at -1, I was just like, I am shocked. I am like, that is a... And that's true, the Reflect wasn't up. I am just shocked at how little that did for super effective damage, even though -1. I'm like, wow, that is a bulky Tauros. That did nothing. He gets a crit on the Foul Play, which you can just see does a crap ton of damage, and they actually go for not the fighting type move, but the Iron Head, which I found very interesting. So I don't think Hisuian Arcanine is weak to Steel, right? I would say, yeah, no, the Fire, yes, Fire resists Steel, so it's only neutral. Maybe he was going for the flinch chance and everything, but I was like, okay, this Paldean Tauros is definitely a threat. It just needs to start going out. And again, so this -split, you can see how much this Intimidate is doing. Because now, I thought even with, like, I'm 252, I'm not adamant, I'm 252 Jolly, but that Intimidate was still just huge and everything. I think that Klefki is calced to live a Flare Blitz outside of Reflect, just looking at that damage. So anyway, I take myself out to recoil. I've now also lost my Terra. And then they just go for a Stomping Tantrum Foul Play into my Hisuian. So yeah, so now I'm down on Mon because of just how bulky these two are, the recoil, and yeah, exactly. And I've now lost my Terra, so not a good start for me compared to last game. Not a good start. So, but anyways, what do I think I do here? I think, yeah, I just Earth Power the Klefki to knock it out. And I go for the Chloroblast, that's right, because I see that another Thunderbolt will not knock it out at that range, yeah. So unfortunately I have to go for the Chloroblast, take out my HP, which causes, again, since Chloroblast you lose half your HP, the Foul Play then takes out the Hisuian Electrode, and I get the Earth Power off into the Jingle Bells. So we're now at an even 2-2, except I've got Chien-Pao and Gastrodon versus Fluttermane and whatever he's likely to bring out in the back. So obviously, yeah, so I wish I had one of my physical attackers here, like maybe my Dragonite or something. But yeah, so anyway, so I bring out the Chien-Pao here. And out comes the Chi-Yu and Fluttermane. So this is that, yeah, that scary combination that we've been dreading this entire season and everything. My Chien-Pao is not max speed and everything because because I didn't want to be speed tying with Fluttermane, so I made sure to put enough speed just to outspeed non-booster energy timid Sandy Shocks. Anyways, yeah, so out comes his Terra here. Terra onto the Fluttermane. Terra Water. Again, just great call. You now just again neutral of the dark type moves, but you resist the Ice Flare. And just looking at that damage, yeah, he's definitely calced that to live he's definitely calced to live that Sucker Punch. And this is where I realize I lose probably game 2 here, because he doubles up into my Gastrodon as I go for the Yawn. So if I had protected there, that this game would have gotten a lot better. But yeah, I was actually kind of, I mean, I guess that beats Ruin for you with how much that does to Gastrodon. Just the double up knocks it out and everything. So I go for another Sucker Punch, yeah, because I'm pretty sure this thing is Choice Lock. I see the Heat Wave and everything, and I'm just like, please don't burn, please don't burn, please don't burn. As a repeat of match 3, but it doesn't burn, so I'm like, nice. A Sacred Sword should be a knockout here and everything, and I was like, I think I win this. Yeah, I was like, did I really just 2-0 Ted? The infamous Ted? And I, spoilers, I knew it would be too good to be true. Because I talked to everyone about how I just constantly focus sash my, Chien-Pao, and he took a page out of my book, focus sashing his Ruinous Lawn, so it lives, and he gets the Dark Pulse off. And I'm like, wow, literally a 1 HP difference game. So good game to Ted and everything, and I was honestly shocked by that, because I was so confident I had the game 2 wrapped up there, but then I see this focus sash, and I'm like, no. So anyways, yeah, so we're going to a game 3, yeah, hence why this is a little longer, as you can probably tell from the time, and we're not getting a team preview this week and everything. So anyway, so I'm now thinking how I want to adapt for game 3 and everything. So I'm like, all right, best of 1 now. We know the Chi-Yu is focus sashed, which is good to know that we're gonna have to break that. The Paldean Tauros is very bulky. It's a speed booster Sandy Shocks, foul play Klefki, and what's most likely a choice specs Fluttermane. So I'm just kind of thinking here. Oh, and so yeah, so the first two, obviously the first game he's left Fluttermane, or not Fluttermane, Gyarados, and the second game he led Paldean Tauros to to intimidate Mons. And just seeing after how well that Paldean Tauros did last game and everything, I was worried I did a communication issue, but yeah. So seeing as he's led Intimidate the first 2 games and everything, and seeing how much of a threat this Paldean Tauros is, I decided to go Electrode and Ben Bailey, the Corviknight, because this is a Mirror Armor Corviknight, so I'll be able to reverse the Intimidate back, and then just Brave Bird is going to threaten a lot of damage and can set up a Tailwind. And then Gastrodon just did not do anything that last match. I was really expecting it to be just a little bit bulkier, but I guess that's a choice specs Beads of Ruin for ya. That's what we that's the dreaded combo. Honestly, he played better with his Ruinous ability versus the special attacks versus I did my Sword of Ruin and mine, because I brought both the Arcanine and the Dragonite this week, but I think it was only that game 1 where so far where I got the combo up. Yeah, so again, I'm gonna leave Dragonite at home for the Arcanine Qianpao in the back. It says the cleanup crew and everything. Because I also noticed that he didn't bring the Sandy Shocks last game. It was the Klefki, Paldean Conquest, Chi, Fluttermane. So I'm expecting those same 4 to come again. And you can see, Ted's really thinking about this here. Ted's taking his time and everything, thinking about what he wants to go with. And yeah, Ted's a great battler, first place in the Scarlet Conference, and I believe no, there's someone in the Violet Conference who's undefeated. Sorry about that. But yeah, so here we go for game 3. And here's where this game starts to shift. He leads Klefki, Sandy Shocks, and I've now got my Corviknight, so I'm like, crap. Not only did he not lead and Intimidate, but he led possibly the worst thing into my Corviknight, because a Thunderbolt, like you can see, I'm Aqua Berry, so I can take a Chi-Yu Heat Wave, but I know I cannot take a whatchamacallit, a Thunderbolt. And this was just, poor planning for my part. I'm Terra Fire here, which would have been good to get rid of my electric resistance, but Terra Fire opens up, and as it also resists fire, but it opens me up to ground now. It opens me up to being earth powered. So not having, so this is where I start to get a little flustered this game and everything. I definitely was flustered and just my mental was out of it this third game now. This lead already throwing me off. So I bring out Hisuian Arcanine. He just goes for Protect, scouting out what I want to do. So it could have been, and he gets the light screen off and everything. So here's the thing, he gets one screen off. As I go for the Chloroblast, again, just great from Ted, because now, I've already revealed the Chloroblast, because I was like, without Dragonite, without Gastrodon, this is kind of my only way to deal with this. And now I realize how much of a little pickle I'm in and everything, so again, I'm just going to Terra the Hisuian Arcanine to be able to resist that ground type attack. And I believe, I just go for the Taunt and the Psychic Fangs, because the Taunt will stop, even if he gets to Reflect off here, will then stop any future screens. And then the Psychic Fangs breaks both of those screens. So out comes the Terra Grass here. He's already revealed the Terra Water, and I've already revealed the Wild Shard, so I don't think he's going to necessarily Terra here. This goes for the Earth Power into Hisuian Electrode, which does a solid chunk. I can't now go for another Chloroblast because it'll take me out. And I get the Psychic Fangs. I don't know why I went for the Psychic Fangs into the Klefki. I think I was worried about the Chi-Yu switching in, maybe. But yeah, he reads the Taunt and goes for the Foul Play. So again, great move by Ted. And again, so now I'm in a little bit of a loop here. I could have, this was actually a huge mess up for me, I believe, right here. This was a huge mess up, because, I go for the Chloroblast, which I accept that it would have taken me out, but I gotta do what I gotta do. And I was gonna say, I could have sworn I hit B right there on that other menu, and because I was like, I want to switch Corviknight switch Electrite out into Corviknight for. You can see, I was like, no, and everything. But once I see the Arcanine switch out, I knew I had done messed up, because I was expecting to flare blitz into the Klefki there and go for the Chloroblast, but. Because I wanted to switch out the Electrode and to take the Earth Power that was coming in, but I don't get that B button off, and I switch out Arcanine. So I'm like, crap. Now I'm like, I'm just like, I'm flustered. You can see I'm making mistakes and everything. So I'm like, this is just not going well. So, and I was like, now if he Terra's here, I really have no way to deal with this Speed Booster Sandy Shocks, because being Speed Booster, he now outspeeds my Qianpao. which again is just another huge problem for this. And so now, yeah, you can see I'm just like, alright, I'm like, reset, come on, like, how do we come back from this and everything? I go for the Protect. I know the Thunderbolt's just coming out, because I want to preserve my Focus Sash. And I Brave Bird? No, I Iron Headed. And again, this is another misplay here, because I don't realize that Speed Booster, I should have realized it, but that Speed Booster outspeeds my Chien-Pao. So I should have gone for the Tailwind here while I had a free turn. Because he actually tries to go for the Chien-Pao breaking my Sash. With the Flash Cannon on, and the Foul Play, probably expecting me to switch out into Arcanine. But, yeah. So this Iron Head, you can just see it just does nothing to the Jingle Bells here. And I should have gone for the Tailwind. If I had gotten the Tailwind up, I think I would have been in a much better position here. So at least I would have had the speed control. And you can see I'm like, crap, that's what I should have done last turn. And everything. But, and I just go for the Ice Spinner. Again, I don't like, or no, I switch out, excuse me. Because I don't want to be taking a Flash Cannon Foul Play into the Chien-Pao. Like, I'm trying to preserve Chien-Pao as my cleanup here. So since the taunt wears off, they go for the Reflect, and out comes this Thunderbolt. Yeah, that just, yeah, one hit KOs. Well, not one hit KOs, but knocks out my Corviknight. Yeah, so not looking too good for me here and everything. This Klefki Sandy Shock lead, especially into my Corviknight, was just a great lead from Ted game 3. A great lead. I really was expecting the Paldean Tauros to come out and be able to mirror armor that Intimidate and everything. So I'm like, alright. I'm like, now it's just, I'm like, it's here, we're in the end game here and everything. But he's got the Reflect up, so. And if he Terras here, the Terra Water, I know this Ice Spinner is not going to be doing anything. Again, I just like going with Ice Spinner over Icicle Crash for the 100% accuracy versus a 5-star difference. So they probably expect the Protect here from Chien-Pao, so they go for the Flash Cannon into the Hisuian Arcanine, and you can just see the value of screens in it. I don't think that crit matters. I'm actually not too sure what they reflect up, but because you can see, because normally this would be a one-hit KO onto that Sandy Shocks, but with the Reflect up, it lives. So, and again, my extreme speeder this week is Dragonite, who I did not bring. So out comes Smug, and with the Reflect up, yeah, this is just a problem. So I reckon, yeah, this is not looking too good here. So I'm trying to debate on like how do I. So I want to Sucker Punch the Chien-Pao, or Sucker Punch the Flutter Mane, just to be able to get damage off and everything, and then hoping that Arcanine's going to be moving last this turn and everything, but I don't have any priority, unfortunately. So and everything. So I just go for the. I'm like, hopefully he lives. No, what do I do here? Yeah, the Psychic Fangs. I'm like, Arcanine's going down, so hopefully Arcanine lives to be able to get this Psychic Fangs off. And I just go for the Sucker Punch into the Sandy Shocks to get it out. Out reviews the Terra here and everything. So the Terra Water on the Flutter Mane to resist that Ice type move. But again, he makes such a great turn. He reads by the Sucker Punch, goes for the Protect, which I just go right for it. Out comes the Choice Specs Moonblast into Chipotle. Assault Vest isn't taking 43 HP. Arcanine goes down, and I've kind of accepted from that turn 1 and from my misplays that this is a GG. Haven't even seen. He's probably got the Chi-Yu in the back. He didn't bring the one game I bring Corviknight. He doesn't bring either of the Intimidators. So yeah, just and yeah, he doesn't even let me get the KO and everything. It's smart. So he switches out. Yeah, he switches out Sandy Shocks into the Chi-Yu. This Focus Sash Chi-Yu. Again, it's not letting me get the Sucker Punch off. Great. Again, Ted's a great battler. And so there comes the Moonblast. Brings me down to my Focus Sash, and I've just, yeah, I've accepted here that this is GG's. So there's just no way I can take out 3 mons like this. So well played to Ted. Yeah, you're in first place for a reason. Flutter Mane, she used Speed Booster Sandy Shocks. Was just a threat, especially with the Chi-Yu having Focus Sash. Because if the Chi-Yu didn't have that Focus Sash, I would have won game 2 and would have not been in this position. But yeah, basically my takeaways are I've definitely misplayed twice by switching out Hisuian Arcanine into Corviknight when I meant to switch out. Literally, I messaged him as soon as that happened. I was like, F, I messed up. When I meant to switch out Hisuian Electrode into Corviknight. And when I got the Iron Head off instead of the Tailwind. But yeah, so though we took game 1, we lost game 2 and game 3. Game 2 was so close, literally came down to 1 HP on that Focus Sash. So GG's, congrats to Ted and the Paldean Conquest. Next week is week 7 versus Coach Big Dill and the Big Ostrich. He made some changes to his team and everything. So next, he's got a team of the battle ended, but Heatran, Iron Valiant, Spectrier, Urshifu, Farigiraf, Sableye, Espathra, Hisuian Electrode, and or not Hisuian, Cantonian Electrode, and Salazzle. So yeah, catch y'all for the next video. Scubar over and out.